Just another day in paradise. Covering the Golden Triangle, Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Beaufort. Your hosts, Alan Flowers, king hot local issues and taking your calls as they keep the Lowcountry entertained and informed. Listen at www.talkoneradio.com and call 843-800-1492. Don't be left out in the marsh. Find your voice on the Lowcountry's finest talk radio. And now, here's Big Al.
All right. Good morning. I should say good evening, folks. Al Flowers here, flying solo on the 30th of August. My cohort is up in Beaufort right now, taking a stand with voter education. So you're going to have to put up with me tonight. I'll do the best that I can, of course. It's 84 degrees here in Bluffton. Cloudy skies, be cloudy tomorrow, but with a slim chance of rain. 40% on Wednesday, but through the weekend, then sunny and hot. You got to live with that. I'll take the hot weather over what is going on in Louisiana and Mississippi, and now Arkansas, Tennessee, and the like are right in the crosshairs, unfortunately, for Ida. They haven't, I don't think they've found anyone deceased yet. I hope not. I pray not. The whole church was praying yesterday to spare the lives of people that live there. It's similar to what we go through when a hurricane takes aim at us. The low country down there certainly is low country. A lot of that stuff is built below sea level. So, there's people, they're still Americans, and our hearts go out to them. Our prayers for that they gather everyone and their family together, and they're able to rebuild, readjust, and reaffirm in this great country. Okay, one person was lost their life when the tree fell on them. I saw some video from in the midst of this thing, and I've never seen wind like that in my life. It was picking up pieces of the road, asphalt, and slinging it. These storm chaser people are out of their minds, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what motivates them to get themselves planted in the middle of this thing, but they do bring out some pretty delicious looking, scarily delicious. You never seen it before. When we were kids growing up, we've never seen anything like this. Biggest thing we would have in Buffalo area would be blizzards, and the wind would be howling and you couldn't see across the street, but the snow would be coming down left and right, stacking up pretty high. But we never had the sound of that wind over 100 miles an hour. It was something else. It's one of the most powerful storms to ever hit the U.S., knocking out power in the whole, to all of New Orleans, not just, just every parish around it was either underwater or without power. So it went off. I guess they're recovering it now. I know that the Red Cross put a word out. They were looking for workers to go down there. I'm not in a position to do that, nor am I certified in a shelter, so unable to do that. But it blew off roofs, buildings. It actually reversed the flow of the Mississippi River, if you can believe that. That's a pretty powerful storm. So thank God it didn't hit here. Prayers go out to Louisiana and Mississippi and anyone else affected by this. I know it's going to be storming up to the northeast, and some of Georgia probably going to get dinged, and hopefully Atlanta doesn't take a big hit. I mean, they get a lot of people there. But today is Monday, and I usually like to do like a little crime watch across the country, especially in some of these highbrow, democratically run cities and Republican cities too. I mean, nobody gets away. But old Lefty Lightfoot in Chicago, another 50 people were shot, several killed. One guy was shot right in the throughway, just driving along. Why he was picked out to be shot, no one knows. He's dead. Crashed his car, caused a big scene. "50 people in a city shot over the weekend. It's like 2.5 days. I mean, you'd be safer in Kabul than you would be in Chicago if you really want to get down to the brass tacks. Maybe not now that Joe Biden took his toys and went home. You just got them in the wrong order there, Joe. Took all the firepower out first and left everything for the terrorists. Oops, I forgot there's Americans over there. How about that? Why didn't somebody tell me? It's a breakdown of intelligence. Yeah, I would say so. The 6 inches between your ears, Joe Biden. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Pentagon has declared the Afghan evacuation is now over. So there are still Americans over there, by the way. And since the keys have been turned over to the new owners, there is no telling what these people are going to do. They are not an organized army like you would realize the U.S. Army or the Marines or Navy or anything like that. They loosely operate by fear, and whoever kills the most is the commander. So what do you think they're going to do with that 60 million rounds of ammunition that we left over there? Hey, we gave them a list of all the people. According to one of these slim shady generals, worthless human beings, disgraced to the uniform, they turned over a list of contractors, Afghan interpreters, and U.S. citizens to the Taliban. Well, I mean, that makes it pretty easy. You know, the postman always rings twice. This time he's got a Kalashnikov, though, and he's going to come in and smoke the whole family. How about that? But, you know, you always got this philosophy.
What difference at this point does it make?
Right. Thank you, Hillary. That was her comment during Benghazi. So Joe's taking it right out.
What difference at this point does it make?
Taking that right out of her playbook. Unbelievable. You're leaving people behind. We've never done that in the history of this country. Ever. I mean, unless I'm not to my knowledge anyway. Donald Trump had this thing wired. He had the people that were going to get out of Bagram. That's why he kept the airport, the military airport, you dummy. Biden gave that away in July. In July. So now we're down to one strip of concrete in the middle of a city that's hostile towards anybody, any allies, especially the U.S. Do you think they're going to let these people stroll out, maybe pick up a Soviet airliner and fly to Moscow, then back home? Good luck. Good luck if you ever see those people again. I was watching the news as I was coming out, and there is civilians that are putting together rescue teams that are flying private jets over there and humping it over the ground to grab these people while Joe Biden eats ice cream. I don't know what it takes around here to get sick to your stomach over this, but how much do we have to put up with this administration? With these people telling us that they are doing this for our own good, like we're completely unable to make our own decisions about our own life. And we, Joe, I don't have any regrets. Zero, he said. I wish they would play that over and over. Zero regrets. I'll tell you what, I'm going to play you something right now. It's from a woman that lost her son. Lost her son. I'll play it right now because I think it's impactful and it needs to be played. And you need to hear just exactly what this moron's decision. This guy that doesn't even know whether he's on foot or horseback. I don't have a clue how he could be called the commander-in-chief. Unbelievable. Give a listen.
I'm going to start with calls here. Kathy, Colorado, you're on the Will Count Majority. Hello.
Hey, my son was one of the Marines that died yesterday. And to listen to that. Sorry, I'm on the radio.
No. Go ahead.
My son was one of the Marines that died yesterday. 20 years and 6 months old. Getting ready to come home from freaking Jordan to be with his wife to watch the birth of his son. And that feckless, dementia-ridden piece of crap just sent my son to die. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to Marines at my door telling me my son was dead. So, to have her on right before me and listen to that piece of crap talk about diplomatic crap with freaking Taliban terrorists who just freaking blew up my son and know nothing, cannot say anything about, oh my God, I'm so sorry for the family. So my son is gone, and I just want all you Democrats who cheated in the election or who voted for him legitimately, you just killed my son. With a dementia-ridden piece of crap who doesn't even know he's in the White House. He still thinks he's a senator. So, I'm going to try and calm down. I'm sorry.
No, look, I take this call with due trust here. I would hope nobody would call up and say if this wasn't true. I can't imagine what.
A Marine just left my house 2 minutes ago, getting my divorce decree. Two Marines showed up at my house at 4 o'clock in the morning, told me my son was dead. So, my name is Kathy McCollum. My son was Riley James McCollum. You can check it out.
Yeah, say his name. Say his name, Joe. We got to stop this nonsense. Because it's just It's just one life. Think of all that was wasted over there. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get how these people can be so callous and cold. And I don't know. I think it's a lot bigger than just Democrat and Republican. But only time will tell, and we have the Lord to fall back on. So, I'll be right back.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experience guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. TalkOne Radio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'm back, folks. Sorry about that. When I first heard that, I was
Williams joined.
When I first heard that, I was that verklempt the first time I heard it, and it just struck me again pretty hard. But I'd like to thank Andrew Wilkow and the Wilkow Majority and Sirius 125 for letting me use that clip. I appreciate that. But it's just another blunder of this administration where, and the word is really, as far as that blast over there in Kabul goes, Politico just ran an article that was pretty sensitive. We had the State Department even got on and said they can't believe somebody shared that information, but that the Pentagon knew about this, that there was going to be a mass casualty event at least 3 days prior to this thing going off. Now, you can't really pinpoint because you don't know the minds of these savages that are terrorists, that they'll blow up, somebody with a mental development problem. They'll strap all kinds of dynamite on them and let them walk right into a crowded market. So that is the word on the street, that the Pentagon didn't know about that. They knew of one. I don't understand how they let the Taliban do the searching prior to anybody moving forward to get anywhere near our Marines, where they would have to do pat-down searches and try to check paperwork on these people. I don't know why there wasn't a safe zone between the Taliban and a safe zone, and then our Marines, they were like crowded right up on top of them. I don't get that at all, but a lot of weird things happening, folks. I think it's time to take stock of what we have around us and take a hard look at who's driving the ship. And I think we're headed right for the rocks, quite frankly. Joe Biden is loading up C-17s and bringing Afghan people into this country, refugees. By the way, they deported a recent Afghan refugee. Well, he was in the country, overstayed his visa. He raped a couple women, convicted rapist. They got rid of him. They deported him back to Afghanistan. He get on one of the planes. How the hell does a guy like that get back into this country? How does that happen? Now what are you going to do with him? Have him open up a preschool? What are you going to do with this guy now? He's a convicted felon in this country. We kicked him out for a reason. He was a violent felon, raped 2 women. But, he's a refugee. I guess that doesn't matter. The refugees are pouring in from the southern border. There is no border now. It's just a walk across. There's no resources down there to stop these people from coming into our country, unfortunately. Over 18,000 undocumented, unaccompanied migrant children were dispersed into the United States last month. That's this month, ending tomorrow. 18,000. How long has this been loosey-goosey over there? Too long. I mean, even the Supreme Court is starting to, crank down and say we can't have this. We're going to have to do the stay in Mexico deal. We're going to have to reinstate this. Things are pretty scary, I got to tell you. Well, before I don't want to get too deep into all this politics stuff. I want to keep something for the local crew. And an acquaintance of mine, Harry Williams, he's the mayor of Hardyville and is a Sun City resident and a great guy. Originally from New Jersey. He did a lot of community service up there. He served on many boards. He was a youth soccer coach for a long time. Graduate of Rutgers. I won't hold that against him, but he's been around. He's currently retired, and he serves as the mayor of Hardyville. So I'm going to bring him in right now. Harry, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's great to have you on TalkOne Radio. Al Flowers here. I'm all by myself. I'm glad that you joined me. You keep me company for a little while anyway.
Okay.
You're looking great. Hey, listen.
You're looking good too. You're still playing, huh?
Yeah, on Saturday a little bit. How about yourself? You playing
No,
something?
I retired the game.
Did you? Okay. Well, maybe people are telling me I should retire for other reasons. That's why they call me Wheels. I can't get out of my wheelchair to get up first baseline. But that's neither here nor there. Harry, what's going on in Hardyville, my man? I know
our big excitement in the last month is the opening of our 40,000 square foot recreation center. And for anybody out there who haven't seen it, it's really it's quite an accomplishment, I think, for the city and for its people. It has a full-size collegiate basketball court, and it can seat 1,500. Has a great fitness center and two racquetball courts. Two racquetball courts, which are the only other two are on Buckwalter, and there's still a lot of racquetball players in the area, so that you should try that out. The walking track upstairs is free. Anybody can come in and use that, and it's a great accomplishment. We're very proud of it.
Is it modeled after Bluffton's or rec center over on Buckwalter, or is it something completely new?
It's similar, a little smaller. We don't have the batting cages. Something I would have liked, but you have to draw the line on a budget somewhere.
Sure.
But it has meeting rooms. The YMCA is going to hold programming there, so it has a lot to offer, and we're hoping that everyone throughout the community will use it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a feather in your cap. Is it where the old ballpark is over there? Is it built?
No, it's actually on John Smith Road.
Okay.
It's right across the street from the Royal Live Oaks Academy Charter School.
Right.
So right before you get to White Hardy Boulevard, which is Highway 17. So it's from Sun City. It takes you less than 10 minutes.
And it's open to all residents of Jasper or Beaufort County, or can you just go and visit?
It's open to all residents. There's a Hardyville resident rate and a Beaufort rate, but anybody can join. One of the things that looks like it's going to get a lot of use, the pickleball club at Sun City is very interested, and we'll be holding some. We'll be playing some indoor pickleball in the court there.
Oh, that'll be great in the wintertime for them, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and even some of those hot days of summer.
Oh, yeah, indeed. I know there's on the tennis court, it's absolutely brutal. But What was I going to ask you about? Osprey Village. Are you involved with that development in Jasper?
Yes, Osprey Village is going to be located near the new YMCA.
Right.
The YMCA is going to build an aquatic center not far from Oldfield, across the street, the new development called East Argent.
Yeah.
And the landowner, when we negotiated that whole development, he donated land to Osprey Village and to the YMCA. And they're both trying to raise funds. Now, YMCA is, they're hoping to break ground in the spring. Osprey Village still has some work to do in trying to get their funding in place. But that's also, that road will eventually lead to the back end of the new Sun City development as well.
Oh, right.
Right. So there'll be about a 4-mile road that'll go from around Oldfield, and a traffic light will be put up there, and that'll come out at the other end at the entrance into the back entrance to Publix.
Oh, wow. That'll be
Riverton Point.
That'll be perfect. Yeah, that's great planning there. Great job. Great job.
And the Osprey Village thing is really, they have such a wonderful goal to create a living area for mentally challenged adult children of people. And there are thousands just in the state of South Carolina.
Right.
And there's people like us who start to age. If you have an adult child, it's a big worry for aging adults. You know, what's going to happen to their children after they go and they come out of their care. So it's a great model. We're really hoping that they'll accomplish their goals.
Yeah, we've had them on the radio a few times to promote their, their consignment shop or the thrift stores, trying to raise money for them. I know they have a golf outing coming up soon, and we try to stay in touch with them and help them in any way that we can.
A great organization and great goals for the whole area.
Right. Harry, you mind if I talk to you about a little bit of COVID stuff?
Sure.
I'd like to, now correct me if I'm wrong, but during the first COVID hysteria, where the mask mandates were flying around like, everybody was paper hanging all over the place as far as, making ordinances and laws and everything like that. I was under the understanding that you and your team took a long look at things and put trust in your own residents that they would take care of each other and themselves. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. We understood we were a bit of the maverick in the Low Country. We chose not to pass a mandate with laws and fines. We chose instead. We said we would educate instead of legislate.
I love that.
And we went on a campaign. We asked everyone in the community to follow the rules of the CDC. Sure. Which at the time they were saying use masks and 6 feet apart, and the stores were doing it. We made signs for them to put on the windows for everybody to be safe. But we did not feel that the approach to pass an ordinance and fine people were the right way to go for our community. We're a little more rural. We don't have as many residents. So we didn't have to deal with some of the issues that Hilton Head and Bluffton did, who have a lot more people in a lot more densely populated area. We did what was right, what we thought for our community. Sure. And we asked them, everybody, hey, let's join in as a community. Let's make this a community effort. And Jasper County had one of the fewest areas of incidents. Case rate was lowest. There weren't nearly as many deaths in Jasper County. And part of that is because of the rural nature, and we understood, but we had to do what was right for our city. And we thought that was a better way. And you also have to understand, at that time, back in June and July, when people were passing ordinance, it was right after the George Floyd incident.
Right.
And we did not want to put our first responders in a position where they would have conflicts with people over something as minor as a mask.
Yeah.
We did not feel that was the role we wanted for our first responders and for our police department.
I think that was
Instead, we went out, gave ice cream to the kids, talked to the people, asked them to do the right thing. We handed out flyers to them, and the police department became part of the team and not the enforcer. And I think there was a lot. It gave us a great opportunity to build community spirit, and it worked for us.
Well, I think you should be congratulated on that. I was always tooting your horn here on the radio, and when this, everybody seemed to be trying to outsnap their suspenders worse than somebody else. We got a law. No, we got an ordinance. Everything is, it's to each their own. But I thought your crew did a nice job. You turned that whole thing around. And that is, to me, is the essence of leadership, Harry. And there's no surprise to me that you've been mayor since 2016 or something, and
June 2016, yes.
And now this is the second time around for you. Is that right?
I started my second term on January 1st.
Yeah, God bless you, man. I think that Hardyville has got a jewel in their hands right here. Not only a good softball player, but can run like the wind.
Well, those skills started fading fast, but I did enjoy it. But Hardyville's been a wonderful experience for me. I think for the community, we're all enjoying the growth that's happening.
Right.
I'm encouraged by the industries that we're bringing to the area. Our philosophy is, hey, the way to bring up and eliminate poverty, crime, and get better education is by giving better paying jobs and opportunities for people to bring themselves up. Right. And that's the whole game plan for Hardyville, is to bring those industries, work with our school system, work with our technical college, and bring the everybody the opportunity to raise themselves up by getting better paying jobs that never existed in this part of the low country before. Right. And that's working. We're bringing a lot of industry. We have a lot of good investors looking at our properties, and that's the next 10 years should be really exciting for Hardyville as we bring new industry to the area. Yes, and Exit 3 was a cornerstone of that game plan.
Right. Is there anything that you can talk about as far as who's looking at you guys?
I'm sorry?
Can you give us a sneak peek at some of these companies that might be wanting to move into you?
Well, we have already gave a CO to the first 150,000 square foot warehouse building. The second 300,000 square foot building is getting its CO this year, and another 300,000 is under construction. The first tenant, there's actually a couple tenants in that first building, but the first tenant taking 50,000 square feet of that is Home Depot.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. They're retrofitting to their needs right now. we down in that part of our city, the southern end, we're only between 7 and 12 miles away from the Georgia Port Authority. And what people don't realize is that Georgia's port is number 3 in the country, and it soon will be number 2. And one of the reasons that's happening is because of they're probably the largest port that, in terms of percentage of their business, is exports. And they export a lot of the agricultural businesses of South Carolina. South Carolina, 40% of their economy is agro-business. Right. So they do a lot of exporting. Timber gets exported. So that port is very busy because, opposed to other ports, they don't have that 50% export business that Savannah has. So Hardeeville is benefiting from the proximity of all the activity that's going on in that port. And that's why these buildings in the south end are popping up. Oh. And we're trying to recruit what's known as an original equipment manufacturer. Yeah. Because manufacturing will bring more jobs and better paying jobs than just warehousing. Sure. So that recruiting process is ongoing. Our Economic Development Alliance is working with the Department of Commerce to always attract areas. There's 500 acres that the state actually invested in. So that is owned by our Economic Alliance. So we have a lot of good prospects down there, and I'll keep you posted once we sell some land.
Sure, that'd be great. What for the layman like myself, what do you offer, like, as an incentive? I mean, we've heard that there's all these tax abatements going on to try to draw companies in. Is that the only trump card that a city has to play? Is the abatement of some taxes, or?
There are, depending on the size of the investment. The first one that went down was waste management down in that area. That was a couple of years ago. And we negotiate through our Economic Alliance. We negotiate what's known as fee in lieu of taxes. And companies come in and they buy this land and they improve the land. They have to invest a lot of money to get water, sewer, and prep the land and get that ready. So we give them tax abatements, reduced taxes, a certain percentage for a certain amount of years. Could be 20 years where they pay 50% of the taxes. Each deal is different. Sure. But then what's still left over is shared by the city, the county, and the school system. And what you probably, I don't know if you know, the schools are funded not by property taxes in South Carolina. They're funded by commercial and industrial taxes.
Right.
And so these kind of projects also add a lot of money to the school system, and hopefully that will lead to an improved school system as well. But that's what happens with those tax abatements, and everything's negotiated up front before anything happens, and they have a time limit for a specific amount of time, and that helps us compete with the state of Georgia.
Well, I wish you well on those. That would be awesome to get an OEM in there.
Georgia's a tough competitor. They invest in land and give it away. They also have their utility costs are less than South Carolina. South Carolina's electricity and gas are expensive, right, compared to Georgia. So we have to find other ways to get these people to invest here in Hardeeville. But what's happened recently is that now the land that's available in Hardeeville is closer to the port than the land that's available in Georgia. And that's important for a port to be able to be close to its offshoots so they can turn those containers off the dock, get them into an off-site facility, and turn around and keep doing that. And that adds to their capacity for the total operation. And so Hardeeville is contributing to that ability to turn around and increase the capacity of the Georgia port.
Nice. All right, switching gears here a little bit. Did you get involved with the schools and the masking of the schools and all that? Like Hilton Head, they just had a real rodeo over there, I guess, with the people were strongly protesting the fact about these mask mandates for the kids.
No, they had a difficult situation. The municipalities, local government, do not have anything to do with the governing of the schools. Mm-hmm. They're all independently, operated by their school boards. Jasper County school system just this week decided to go back to all virtual until September 10th. They had an outbreak on the football team and a couple of classes. They also had a couple of deaths of teachers. So they thought it was wise to take it. They're calling it a pause and go virtual until, hopefully this will pass. What we're trying to do with the schools and with our pastors is to promote the idea of everyone getting vaccinated. We're still a very low percentage vaccinated. And it seems that this variant is hitting the kids and younger people, the ones who have not gotten vaccinated, much more so than a year ago, where a lot of it were the elderly.
Right.
And this one seems to not have any discrimination against age. So the school system in Jasper County decided to be a little cautious based on the numbers that have gone up. But we have no intention of going to any mask. We are being more cautious on who we allow into our meetings, or not who, how many we allow in.
Sure.
But as we talked about before, Hardeeville never went to virtual meetings. I think we had 2 in the whole year and a half since this has been going on. So, and we plan to continue to keep City Hall open, to have our meetings in public, in person. We find that dialogue is much more productive for us. The virtual didn't work well for us, and we keep apart. The public, we live stream everything. It's on Facebook Live as well. We invite the public to watch there and communicate with us when they feel necessary, and that's worked pretty good. So the community who wants to be connected when we're working, they can, and at the same time, we're all together and having more productive conversations than the Zooms allowed us to be.
Absolutely. And I wish the Beaufort County and also Bluffton would be so open-minded and transparent to be able to take comments as they go and just take a moment. You don't have to engage in a 40-minute dissertation with someone. They're just asking a question, right? I mean, I don't see what the issue is. And whereas some of the Beaufort County, I've been very critical of them because Joe Passman seems to be, if he doesn't want something discussed in front of the residents, he goes to executive session really quick. I mean, he goes to he pulls that Trump really fast. and then he shuts down Facebook because people were putting in negative comments. Well, you're a public figure. You're going to get negative comments. If I showed you some of the emails I get just based on the position I take on politics, it'd set your hair on fire. But I mean, I'm not going to shut down a show because of somebody hurts my feelings. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, local government works because local government works for the people that elect them. And so what we try to do is understand the pulse of our community and do what's right for our community. It's always good to learn from other people, but we found at least for us, again, we don't have the density of population that they have. And so we're able to do what's right for us. And that's the approach we take. And it works for us to be open, to be, in person, take the precautions that we're asking everybody to take the precautions. And so far it's worked for us. Beautiful.
How's the employment up in Hardyville?
It's crazy. Before COVID, we were down to 2.5%. Wow. And I think we're back down to like 3. So our people have gone back to work. Mostly the housing market, I've never seen anything like this. A couple years ago, we were given 200 single family home permits per year. This year we'll probably give 800. And everybody can't find enough workers to build the houses. It's crazy. So our economy is strong. We still have a lot of people who are what I term the working poor. I think the latest number I heard, we still have 17% of our people earning below the poverty line. But one of the great parts I love about the people of Hardyville, based on the unemployment numbers, they're working. They want to work. They're out there working, and they're a lot of them are undereducated and underemployed, and that gets back to what we have to do. We have to bring better jobs, give them a chance to complete their education, get programs, and bring them up, because the people of Hardyville, they want to work, they want to improve their lives, and I'm very proud of them for getting back to work as fast as they did.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think every American wants that exact same thing, Harry. They just want to work hard, make a living, put a little something in the bank, send their kid to school, and call it a day, and maybe have a little retirement when you're done. I think that crosses all colors and creeds. How about the Hardyville, the town? Are you guys, your police force is up to snuff? Your fire department? I know they were having a hell of a time filling jobs for cop jobs for a while.
We still have. It's still a big problem for the entire region, filling first responder jobs. We have had we've enjoyed the ability to fill our police positions, and we added some. We added a couple positions in this budget. We have a terrific police chief. We have a great fire department who gives good training. And so we're becoming desirable. We've gotten a number of police from the Bluffton Police Department recently. So that's good, because having experienced officers, it's a little less cost in training them.
All right.
Our police chief, starting even before the George Floyd thing, we have required monthly training programs for our officers, and it's like how to talk to people, how how to have, face down and talk down situations. And they're getting specialized extra training every month mandated by our chief. We also hired a community research officer, and his job is to reach out to the community. We even gave him a golf cart and, to go out and be among the community, be proactive. We just had a couple of weeks ago, we had all our pastors in our new rec center, and we invited them all in for a breakfast. We had our police chief, of course, the sheriff of Jasper County, Duffy Stone, the solicitor. We even had game and wildlife there. And we talked to the pastors, and I asked every pastor to get up and talk to us. What are the people saying? And we had our AME church, we had our Spanish church, we had the Methodists, and every denomination there talking to each other. And the message and all the police chiefs got up, Ridgeland Police Chief, everyone got up and sent the message, hey, we're here to help the community. We're not adversaries. We're here to help you and be out in front of you. And that's a good, what they call community policing. And it's a very major part of our program to be in front of the people out front so we don't have volatile situations. And the proof of that, I'd say the year before COVID, we had a shooting in a Dollar General, and you know what? It was handled really good. There was a death, and it was handled beautifully. The community didn't get crazy, and we explained everything to everybody, and that only happens when you're talking to the community when they're not angry.
Right.
You can't just talk to them when they're angry. You have to talk to them before they're angry and make sure you have that partnership with them. And I think our police department and our fire department do an excellent job at that.
Well, it sounds like they're doing a bang-up job. Harry, I always say that great service is a reflection of leadership. So, a tip of the hat to you. Take a bow, because without you and your council, always dreaming about getting building that bridge of communications and being partners with the residents that live there, that's going to leave a mark, and a good one too.
We have a good team. I mean, our council is, we have some disagreements. That's okay. But, we talk them out. We have good department heads. We're pretty tough on them. We set goals. We set a lot of goals every year. And we don't give them a free pass, but they're top-notch people, hearts in the right place, and we're working as a team. And that's I think one of our successes is the fact that all of us are working as a team. It's not about me. It's not about just the council. It's about everybody.
Sure.
And we call ourselves Starship Hardyville, and because we are a team on a great adventure.
That sounds awesome. I'll tell you, homes are still available up in Hardyville, folks. Sounds like a beautiful place.
But they're going fast.
They can't build them fast enough up there. Did you get yourself involved with this low-income housing business? Is that something that's on your plate up there in Hardyville?
Well, we do. We started a housing, I won't call it an authority, but a committee. And I'm the chairman. I've been the chairman of the last 4 years. Actually, it was started by Mayor Solka and I. It's called the Southern Low Country Advisory Board. And what this is it's all the area mayors and counties. And we're trying to work on issues that affect the entire region. And one of the things we did, we formed a committee actually a couple of years ago now, and we're forming what's called a regional housing trust fund. Now, housing trust funds have been successfully done in Savannah, Greenville, and other parts around the country. Charleston has one. And what it is, everybody will contribute, and it'll be run by a board of governors that have representatives from every jurisdiction. And I don't like to use the word low-income housing. It's attainable and workforce housing. We have a tremendous need. Yes, we have need for low-income housing. You always do when you have a high percentage of people below the poverty line. But we have also a shortage of homes for our firemen, our policemen, our teachers. The school superintendent tells me it's hard to recruit good teachers because there's no place for them to live. They're going over to Pooler and Rincon in Georgia. And that makes recruiting good teachers tough. We can get them here, but they don't have any place to live. The same with our firemen and our policemen. None of our firemen and policemen live in the city of Hardeeville. They have to go outside to get homes. And so we have to increase, the whole region has to increase affordable, attainable, and workforce housing. And workforce is a broad term. And so we need inventory of housing for everyone in each one of those categories. And what this Regional Housing Trust Fund is being set up to help the entire region build a better inventory of, I'm calling it attainable housing.
Mm. Well, that's a nice one way to put it, Harry.
Well, the area has a lot of needs, and you have to try to take care of the big picture and not just focus in on one, because there's a lot of areas that need help. And so people talk about affordable housing, they have this negative connotation, and we're trying to increase the inventory of it's a broader workforce than just affordable, and certainly that's part of it as well.
Right. Well, listen, Harry, thanks so much for joining us, man. I tell you, it's been a quick half hour with you. And,
thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it. I love talking about Hardeeville, and it's been a wonderful experience, and I'm looking forward to the coming years.
Yeah, absolutely. All the best to you, and the best to Hardeeville and the whole crew up there. I think you're doing a great job, Harry. Thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you. Good night.
All right. Thank you, Harry. Mighty nice of you to join us tonight. And we got to take a break. It's always pay the bills a little bit. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
You an entrepreneur with a business idea, but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online, or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat meat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. TalkOne Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What difference at this point does it make?
Yeah. What difference does it make, Hillary, that you left 4 people over there in Benghazi to get killed? And now Joe Biden's turn. He's the president. He made a decision to pull out by the 31st. I don't know where he got that date from. But whatever Joe does, his leftist minions love it. They just can't get enough of this guy. Well, just think of the Americans over there in Afghanistan tonight while they watch the last of the jets take off and leave. Wonder what they're thinking right now. Anybody take a look at Joe Biden when he was checking his watch while he was honoring the fallen that were being delivered back through Dover? You know, he must be a really busy guy. You know, as they're rolling the caskets off the airplane, he's checking his watch. Kind of late for the old bingo game, I guess. But one of the women that mothers that lost their son, Joe had a private moment with her. Jeremiah McCullum says Biden was scripted and shallow during their exchange. He spent more time talking about his son, Beau Biden, than her immediate loss of her son. But, that's Joe. The greatest thing to come out of Delaware since sliced bread, I guess. I know I talked about this before, but I don't really quite understand. And if you want to join me here, it's 1-843-800-1492. I know everybody's stretching their legs out and they're in the chat room. Some are pretty funny. Some are, what are you going to do? I don't get too excited about that kind of stuff. Take your best shot. I mean, that's what you do is hide behind the computer, but that's okay. I mean, you can always call in. I'd be more than happy to have an exchange with you. I'm not going to battle you. That's not the point of this radio station. But I'm here. I'm available. 1-843-800-1492. Talking about Joe Biden. He, I already mentioned that he released 18,000 unoccupied migrant children into the U.S. just in August. Just in August, folks. And Catholic Charities is spreading those people around. We don't know where they're going. We don't know who they're going with. I mean, it becomes, you assume at this point that they're going to be safe, but who knows? Nobody knows. I had a laugh. I saw an article from ESPN. I don't normally read this magazine or follow any sports too heavily that they produce. But I guess the game of chess is now under fire as a racist board game. Max Kellerman believes that since the black pieces always go second, they're at a distinct disability. I mean, can we get any nuttier than that? I mean, what do they say about checkers? When I was growing up, it was always charcoal before fire. So, what is that? Are we even now? Are we equal? Or is chess still a white nationalist sport? It can't be, because there was a young woman over in the over in Russia, I should say, that is what's that guy? Bobby, I forget the guy's name. The guy, the chess player, the big, huge chess guy. I don't know what his name is. But she whips up on 10 masters at a time. Bobby Fischer. Thank you very much. Bobby Fischer. Okay, we covered that. Biden is now threatening to withhold money over bans on indoor masks in school. If you don't have those kids wearing those masks, you're not going to get the money. We went from Vax-A-Million lottery tickets to PS5 PlayStations, trying to get people to get vaccinated. Some people just do not want to get vaccinated. They've never had a flu shot. The last time they were vaccinated was when they were kids, and that's that. They're not going to do it. But, the world is closing down on us a little bit here, unfortunately. And, it's pretty soon it's going to be vaccine passports. If you don't have your vaccination, what are you going to do? Can't get on that cruise ship. You can't get on that airliner. Can't shop at the shop. We have a story here. It's where a judge actually withheld. A judge strips a unvaccinated mother of her right to see her son. This is in a divorce case where they I guess they went back to make the adjustment on the money for child care. And the husband said, she's not vaccinated. The judge says, until you're vaccinated, you cannot see your son. So, I mean, that's pretty monumental, I'd say. Is withholding the fact that you can't see your son because you're not vaccinated. Talk about being separated at the southern border, or whatever it's called now. The slip and slide. The Rio Grande Express. Because it doesn't quite seem to be anybody holding anybody back over there. Now, everybody's welcome to come on and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Just make sure you have enough, they'll be moving in with you pretty soon. Ex-Obama education chief compares anti-mask Americans to suicide bombers. Now, this is getting pretty outrageous. They both blow themselves up, inflict harm on those around them, says Arne Duncan. I wonder what he's doing these days. A former Obama administrative cabinet official on Sunday compared Americans who oppose face masks and vaccines to suicide bombing terrorists that killed Americans at Kabul airport. This guy finished second from the bottom in his class, obviously. He goes on to say, quote, have you noticed how strikingly similar both the mindsets and actions between the suicide bombers at Kabul airport and the anti-mask, anti-vax people here? Mr. Duncan said on Twitter, they both blow themselves up, inflict harm on those around them, and are convinced they are fighting for freedom. I don't, is this guy mentally okay, or is he missing a couple? Is he suffering from the same syndrome Joe is, or that early onset dementia? Kind of wild. Well, I'll tell you what, let's see. Here's the latest, the complete list, 10 complete areas that Joe Biden completely blew this whole thing as president of the United States. This is taken from, what's that fellow's name? Newt Gingrich. He says it's a bipartisan baloney is number one. When the first day in office, Mr. Biden himself, the old press, he said he was the moderate. He was going to bring, whatever happened to the unity discussion that we were having? I don't know. Never materialized. Oh, very good. All right, let's go to the phones. Hey, Mitch, you're on the air. Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Hey, Alan, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Mitch. Good to hear from you again.
Well, It's good, and I hear that you're on a team this year and you're going to play.
Yeah, I'm playing on Saturdays. Coming out of my shell.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I called in is I wanted to let everybody know that opening day for Tuesday, Thursday is tomorrow, and we are going to have hot dogs tomorrow.
All right.
And we're all set to go. And then, of course, this coming Saturday, the 4th, will be opening day for the Saturday League, and we're going to run hot dogs again on Saturday. And then Sunday, the 5th, will be the opening for the Peg Welsh League.
Yeah, that sounds great. Who's going to be throwing the pitches in for the opening days?
Opening day for Tuesday, Thursday is going to be Judy Boswell.
Oh, yeah.
And catching for her will be Beth Peters.
Oh, very nice.
And then we have a special presentation for Beth after the throwing of the first pitch. And then on Saturday, the first pitch will be thrown by Beth Peters. And then on the Women's League, they're keeping it secret until that day, and I won't know until it's time to introduce them. So they're keeping tight-lipped.
Wow. Special guest then.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Are you looking forward to getting back and playing?
Yeah, I am actually. It's been a lot of fun. I'm on a really nice team with Gary and some of the guys and some new people, and that's about my speed. The game is the Tuesday Thursday league is now turned into like a the AAA ball seemingly. With all the good players that we have.
Yeah, the teams. I mean, last year the teams were very good. I mean, I had a good team. I won my division with an 11-5 record. So I was, 10-5, and so I was really pleased. But the teams, there's not a manager that got anyone from their last year's team. That's how good the players are, and it really makes it a little bit harder to draft.
Yeah.
I mean, when we go in for our draft, I mean, it's serious, and we, but someone takes someone right before you, and now you have to switch gears and go somewhere else. But the Tuesday Thursday league has gotten very competitive.
Oh yeah.
Which is good. I mean, with 10 teams, it makes a whole big difference.
Well, plus you have the travel teams too. I mean, and they're feeding out of the players too, right?
Yeah, they are. Some of us as managers, you hate to. I mean, they're the better players, but you hate to pick them up because they go away to they go away in the Myrtle Beach, and we take that break in October. But you just pray they come back whole, because they go up there and they have to play 4 or 5 games in 3 days.
Yeah,
that's a lot of softball.
You bet.
And you just don't want them to come back injured in any way, and you just have to bite your tongue, and hopefully they do. I mean, this year I only have 1 travel player on my team. Last year I had 4.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But that's why
they go away and they come back hurt, huh?
That's why you went 11-5 or whatever, right?
Yeah. But it was a good season. Even in the Saturday league, I mean, Barb Pearson and Carson Realty won, and that was great. And then the ladies league, I mean, it's just, and I know Linda's playing.
Yeah.
And she said that last year when you weren't playing, that you talked her into playing, so you were living vicariously through her.
Always.
We knew what you were up to.
Right. Well, she's younger and lighter weight than I am. That's for sure.
Lighter weight. Yeah, you're a heavyweight. That's for sure. But you know what? It's people have to realize none of us are getting paid.
Right.
There's no scouts in the stands.
True.
And especially in the Saturday League, you're there to have fun. Every team gets into the playoffs. And, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, if you feel good and you've accomplished what you personally want to do, then it's a great day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have friendly people around you. And I know you guys had to make a pretty tough decision on those, whether or not to have snacks and such after the games. That's always a tough call, but I think you made a smart one.
Yeah, I mean, at least with hot dogs, the way we serve them and using the protocols,
right.
If people don't want to come, then that's their prerogative. You know, last year when we were still up and down, we still did very well. In fact, on the first day that we opened with hot dogs, I wasn't too sure, and we sold out, and there was still a line in the parking lot.
Wow.
We just didn't expect them. But then we found out that people are cooped up and they want their hot dogs.
Yes.
And, you know, we don't know what it's going to bring for Saturdays, but we are going to, Saturday League is going to have 5 hot dog days out of their 9. And we'll see how it works. And hopefully, you know, Tuesday, Thursday hot dog days, the Tuesdays, we generate a lot of the vendors that come and buy hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Not only the residents. I mean, the vendors, you see all the trucks parked on the street and everything else from all the landscapers and you know, UPS and everybody and Securitas, and they're all lined up to get their hot dogs.
Sure.
And it's not, you know, and we're going to have some really good hot dog days this year. Whitebird on the 14th is having a Whitebird hot dog day where you get a hot dog and a drink for $1.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's going to be swamped.
Yes. I mean, it's going to, but we've got a limit on it. It's going to be the first 700. But the first 700 hot dogs, you get a drink with it. It's $1.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And then we do have next week, September the 10th, Friday, September the 10th, we have a one pitch tournament for Built to Honor, which is one of the things for Pulte that helps build homes for veterans. And the last time it was built was, I think, in 2017. Here, and it was a house across 170 that we built for a veteran that moved in. And the home that's being built this year is being built in Charleston, but all the Pulte and all their external partners participate. And the softball club is doing our part. The tennis is doing something. No, it's tennis or pickleball that are doing something in about another couple of weeks, and all the money goes to Built to Honor. And what we've done is it costs everybody $25 a donation to play. So we raised about $2,800 with that.
Oh,
we
nice.
sold 8 sponsorships at $500 a piece. So that's $4,000.
Right.
And then whatever we make on the hot dog line and extra donations the day of will be a nice chunk to give to Built to Honor. So
Beautiful.
We're looking forward to that.
Beautiful. Hey, is there any more talk, Mitch, about putting up lights?
There is. It's not shut down yet. There's a couple things in the works. I had a couple talks with a few of the members of the board. One of the things that we want to do, and it was in the original plans, is from the where the restrooms are, that whole patio area where the picnic tables are, that's supposed to be in with a canopy over it.
Oh wow!
A covering. And the other thing that we really are working on is working to get our concession stand. Just all we're doing is we're taking 2 of the rooms that are in the back where we have our refrigerators and stuff now, extending the rooms, opening it up entirely, and making that a concession stand where we would still grill outside and things, because if you start going inside, you have a lot of problems and you have to go to, different permits and everything else.
Right.
But at least we would have refrigeration. At the end of the day, you pull down the roll down, and everything is self-contained. Now we could sell popsicles or frozen Milky Ways or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're working on that. And the answer to the lights, it hasn't been vetoed. The way it was presented, it would be a positive for the community, giving the community another place to go in the evening to enjoy a game and a hot dog, because you don't always have something at the pavilion. You don't always have movies or plays at Magnolia Hall. So this would be something for the entire community. And that's the way I presented it to get them. The lights are not cheap. I mean, it's an expensive. It was right around $179,000.
Wow.
So it's, I tell everybody, we're only $1,300,000 and some $1,000 short of putting up a dome. But
yeah. Well, I got to tell you, I had a great time at the Savannah Bananas game. That was a must do. If you folks haven't been over there to see it and are part of the softball squad, the club, make sure you go. When it comes around, make sure you get on board.
What we're going to try to do, and we're in talks right now, I don't know how we're going to pull it off, but we're talking about having a Sun City day complete at the ballpark, picking a day, and then Sun City would take the whole park and occupy all, other than the season ticket holders, which are not a lot, but jam 4,000 seats there. We could do it.
Oh yeah.
With everybody here, run a package and do a whole thing, and then as part of it, do a pregame of a softball game, preluding that against them or whatever, and we're trying to work that out. And the other thing too, I'd like to remind some of the listeners, is that we have signed up the USA Patriots Wounded Warriors to come in and play in November of 2022.
All right.
And that's going to be good. And it'll take us the little over the 16 months to get it all together, but we're looking forward to it. And the last time they were here, we raised close to $40,000 for them.
Is that right?
And
wow.
Yeah. So
holy
that's
smokes.
a lot.
That's a lot of cheese there, buddy. That's
Yes,
awesome.
it is.
That's awesome. Okay, now let's talk about the when we're going to get TalkOne Radio up there in the stands and doing some play-by-play with you guys over there.
I'm ready for it right now. If we can work it. The other thing too, and it's funny because I presented to the television that we could, have television there too.
Yeah.
And they had to bring it up and everything else, because just like what we would do with radio, we would be able to sell spots. We would be able to do things now.
Oh, sure.
It just depends on how we do it and how we can get away, not saying get away with it, but how we can do it. And especially, lifestyles would have to get involved, and they'll probably want a percentage or whatever. But
yeah,
we're ready. I mean, we have the Wi-Fi up there. We have everything set that, if we can figure out a way to do it, we'll put a couple tables together and make our little makeshift booth and start and see how it goes. And if we can get it going, then we'll try to do it on a regular basis.
And that would be pretty cool. And we are mobile. We can't bring it out there, and we can run it right off a laptop, and we have the equipment to do it. I foresee something like, just the game of the week, and
right. But that was one of the things that we said we wanted to do with the TV too. Just, not all the time, but pick the game of the week, or when we get into the playoffs, the semifinals and the finals.
Right.
Let's talk in the next week or two and see if we can set something up. And I'm sure the listeners would enjoy it. If they can't get out to the game,
sure,
they can turn it on and listen to it. And, because a lot of the people do come out, they get a hot dog, and, they're not real softball fans, but they've taken a liking to one team or another because they've talked to some people.
Sure.
I mean, I've had fans that follow my team, the elite physical therapy, which is great. And it's also good that my team members, the wives, come out and support. That's always good. I mean, when you have a team and the spouses and significant others and that come out and support the team, it's nice to see them in the stands besides everybody else.
Right.
It really helps.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we could do something like
that.
We could do something like that. I mean, we could get it rocking, I'm sure, at least once a week. I don't see any big deal over that.
No, let's talk about it. We'll figure out one of them, and I'd like to do some of the broadcasting with you.
Sure. Yeah.
And we'll put something together. And I hope I see you and Linda at the ball game tomorrow at opening.
Yep. And
we're looking forward to a good season. And I want to say, because I know Tab is sometimes or most of the time listening, the relationship that the softball club has with this existing board, with Brad and the facilities people and the board is just unbelievable. And I think that they're doing a fantastic job. They listen, they act and react to things that need to be done. And, I've learned that, you give a little, you take a little, and it works out both ways. But they have been especially good to the softball club. And I just wanted to give them a shout out because of what they do and how they do it.
Yeah, they're awesome. I'll tell you, I know Tab, I really love to have her on because, I mean, it's right to the source. You go right to the source. We don't have anybody call in. They all want to talk to her on emails or on Facebook, but they're not brave enough to call in. We've had a few, but not many.
Yeah. And it's a shame because, here's your chance to ask questions to someone. The biggest problem that we've had lately is rumors.
Yeah. Oh,
and so what we've started, we're going to be, I believe the date is September 13th, a Monday, will be our next town hall meeting.
Right.
And what we're going to do is every 3 months we have a town hall, and all the CCs for all the leagues and the board will be there. And it's your chance to come and ask questions and get the answer directly from someone that knows the answer, and not asking someone at the softball field that has no clue.
Right. Right.
And I don't know if you read the one email that I had sent out saying that I'm not dead. I mean, the word was that I was gone.
Wasn't that a Groucho Marx thing? Or
yeah.
Reports of my death have been over-exaggerated.
Yeah. And so I put that out there, and then after I wasn't, after not being around the field for 2 years, I came and someone said, We had a mass for you last week. I said, that's nice. You had a mass. Why didn't you invite me? Oh, my goodness.
All right, Mitch, thanks so much, man, for calling in and reminding us about those Hot Dog Tuesdays, folks. What it starts off at about, 11:30 or so, the grill's smoking?
No, we'll start the grill up at 10:15, 10:30. By 11:15, we're ready to go.
Oh, right on. So get your hot dogs tomorrow. I'd like to make it over there. I don't think I will be able to. I get too many meetings in the morning, but I'm going to try to slide over there on the way home and watch a game or two. Maybe the hot dogs will be open then too.
But, yeah, if not, I'll put aside a hot dog.
That'll wait. All right, Mitch. Thanks so
Alan.
much.
I appreciate it. Always great talking to you.
All the best, bud. Thanks, Mitch, for calling in. Always nice to hear from him. I forgot all about that. I was so wrapped up in this craziness we have going on in the world and in the country. I forgot all about that. My bad, Mitch. I should be more on top of that than that and be give those hot dog days, the Tuesdays, folks, and we're going to have 5 Saturdays too, selling hot dogs, big time about the 14th. Little Mitch let out a little secret there, and I'll pass it to you. Then the 14th, I think he said that it's going to be a Weichert hot dog day, where you get a hot dog and a pop for $1 until the first 700, and then that's it. But I mean, it could be a Joey Chestnut day for me. I don't know. We'll be right back. You're listening to TalkOne Radio.
Vineyard Assisted Living is a nurturing community with customized care, programming, and amenities that aim to engage and inspire. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you, which is why we personalize our programming and care levels to each resident's passions and needs, stimulating mind, body, and soul. Find out more about how you or your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com or call 843-612-0700.
Are you tired of market losses and fees associated with the stock market? Would you like to be able to watch your money grow without the risk of any losses? Successful Seniors can help you secure your retirement income. There are no monopolies on good ideas, and in today's financial environment, it is important to get a second opinion and find out what prudent and informed investors are doing with their money. Call toll-free 833-814-0115 or email Doug at dougfair1@msn.com for a no-cost appointment.
Are you an entrepreneur with a business idea but just need a little help getting it off the ground? Well, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation in Bluffton can help entrepreneurs succeed and innovative companies grow. As a nonprofit organization, they provide resources and experienced guidance to successfully launch and grow your business. Contact them today to see how they can help at 843-540-0405 or visit their website at donryancenter.com.
No time for fitness? Unsure of what to do when you walk into the gym? The eFit Club uses eGym and Matrix technology combined with personal training to easily guide you through your workout. It's the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to improve your health. The eFit Club is suitable for all adults, and our members are reporting amazing results. The eFit Club is located in Bluffton at the Belfair Town Village Shopping Center. Mention Alan or Roman of TalkOne Radio, and you'll receive a special discounted membership. It's your time to get fit. Change your fitness, change your life.
Looking for a barbershop with a traditional feel? Well, look no further. Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop is the Low Country's place to receive a top quality haircut or straight razor shave. You'll enjoy a family environment where everyone is welcomed and the refreshments are on the house. Joe's is located at 23 Johnston Way in Bluffton and open 7 days a week. For old school service and quality, makes Joe's Classic Cuts Barbershop your go-to place for the finest haircut and shave in the Low Country. Call 843-757-5637 or visit www.joesclassiccuts.com today for your next appointment.
The Epoch Times is dedicated to truthful reporting, free from any influence of government, corporation, or political party. Now, radio listeners can receive an introductory 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly newspaper, as well as unlimited access to its website, all for $1. Visit readepoch.com to subscribe online or call the Epoch Times at 917-905-2080 to subscribe by phone. That's 917-905-2080.
Hello, everybody. Jimmy here at Underground Burritos, your restaurant-inspired, taste-delivered, ready-to-heat and eat burrito company. Also got them great, hot and ready. Hey, we moved locations this year over on May River Road, right here in the heart of Old Town Bluffton. Come give us a shout. Come pick up some great burritos. And hey, guys, look, we're teaming up with TalkOne Radio to bring you a great new radio show called Restaurant Talk. Look forward to hearing from you. Stop by. Have a great day.
Vineyard Memory Care Community assists those with memory loss to thrive through wellness-enhanced programs promoting independence and mobility while receiving the care and support they need. At Vineyard, we don't just care for you, we care about you and enhance the quality of life for individuals with dementia while providing their loved ones peace of mind. Find out more about how your loved one can thrive at Vineyard. Email info@vineyardbluffton.com. Call today, 843-612-0700.
The only conservative talk radio where you are more important than the host. Talk One Radio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad you're there. That's Al Flowers with Talk One Radio and the Talk One Radio Network nationwide, as you well know. Over 450,000 people listening to our shows. Wounded Spirits, I don't know if you know who they are, but they're a Bible-based group that takes a biblical approach to dealing with the effects of post-traumatic stress. It's a free workshop, folks, for those veterans, first responders, non-veterans. If you need help, they're there for you. Wounded Spirits. September 4th is their next session number 7. It's called Avoidance and Apathy. Session times are from 10 a.m. till noon. Buford Town Center Building, 2015 Boundary Street, on the 3rd floor in the training center. To get your name on the roster, it's completely free and confidential now. 703-606-3858. That's the best number for you. If not, you can go with 843-379-8696, extension 231. It's a free service. Always free, always confidential. Go to the website, slmwoundedspirits.com, or email slimartinez@comcast.net. Wounded Spirits. We know the people personally. They've been on our radio show. They're great, both people. They really care about you. And if you're suffering, please reach out to them, contact them today. And that goes for any of our organizations that deal with our veterans today. Being a veteran, and there's a special place in my heart for all veterans. So we have the Stryker Force in Savannah. We have Operation Patriots FOB in Ridgeland, I'm sorry. And we have Wounded Spirits. Any and all of these places, they're ready and willing to help you. Get you out of the darkness, bring you into the light, give you some solitude. Another announcement from the Don Ryan Center of Innovation. ceremony on 9/11, Saturday, September 11th, Veterans Memorial at Buckwalter Place Park. 20th anniversary of that horrible time in our history. We invite you to join us in this National Day of Remembrance beginning at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. at the Veterans Memorial on Buckwalter Place Park. It's right next to the hospital. You can't miss it. Most people take their kids to that playground adjacent to it. So check it out on 9/11 at 10 o'clock. EFIT Club, Fitness Connected, Belfair Town Village, 843-707-9771. They're offering a free pass. Change your fitness, change your life. They have it all. They'll take you from 0 to hero at whatever speed you want to travel at. I do personal training there on twice a week, along with other workouts, and I'll tell you, I'm feeling better, feeling stronger, and my goal is not quite in sight yet, but I'm making progress towards it. So that's all I can say. I'm happy that the place is so clean and the people are so friendly there. It's like having your own gym. Most of the time you walk in, there's one or two people tops, and everybody's busy doing their own thing. So, it's like in and out in an hour, you're all done. They have Pilates, yoga, Parkinson's program that they are very successful with. So if you have people that are struggling with Parkinson's and they still have a certain amount of mobility left, there's a great program at EFIT that I think they use the chair method, and they do some work in the chairs, and some of them stand up. I mean, the level of care is absolutely fantastic. So talking about care, Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care at 25 Cassidy Drive is offering half off the community fee if you mention TalkOne Radio. Give them a call, 843-258-4207. We know quite a bit about that. We have a loved one that is a resident there, and she is having the time of her life. She's going to be turning 90 here shortly, and they have a fabulous dining room. The people are nice. There's couples that live there, single people. The studio apartments are actual, they're like one-bedroom apartments. You have a sitting area, kitchen, the whole shebang. It's brand new. People that work there are all vetted out. They want to be there. It's a difference. It makes a big difference, folks. They have a nurse on staff 24/7 and a doctor that visits, I think, 4 or 5 times a week and takes appointments right there. So they have a bus that takes you out, gets you out of the place every now and then. Great courtyard with bocce and a little walking path, garden in there. It's quite nice. So please check them out. The Vineyard Assisted Living and Memory Care. I couldn't remember that. I'm getting old then. I got my room reserved over there, I think. I don't know. I was hoping that my good friend and my cohort in crime, Jeff Zapp, I was hoping that he would give me a call from the rally or whatever he was involved in tonight, involved in the voting. I know his lovely wife is very involved with the Engage the Right and doing the forensic audits on the machines and all this, and the voting that goes on here in Sun City in South Carolina. So I was hoping he would give me a man at the plan there with on the scene interviews out there, but I guess he got too wrapped up in what was happening. We'll find out on Wednesday when he comes flying in here with his hair on fire, telling me all about it. So we'll get him to tell you all the inside stuff. But that's Jeff Zapp and Lori Zapp on EngageTheRight.com. EngageTheRight.com. You can learn all about that. With the what do they call it? The election deal, whether it's was stolen or not. My deal is, my take on this whole election process is this. Let's find out if there was actually fraud taking place. I mean, it seems pretty obvious when 80 million people voted for Joe Biden. That's even more than voted for Barack Obama, for crying out loud. But some of the things that have happened, that have been put out there, that have happened, like, these ballot stuffing and all this other stuff, and not allowing people to watch the votes being counted, paper on the windows and all that when we have auditors right there. My concern is that we lose the integrity of our voting system. And then what do we have? We don't have anything. We have just a bunch of tyrants. Whoever is the most powerful or has the most money wins. I mean, seemingly that's how it goes anyway. But at least we have a chance to vote on these people. And we still have the Electoral College to protect us from the populist vote, which is, to me, is insane. They have the East Coast and West Coast determine who the president's going to be. And everybody else in the middle can just pound salt. That doesn't make any sense to me. We're still a republic, and let's act like one. Local news. This is late breaker. A former owner of the failed resort on Defusky Island, I believe that's Melrose, is pled guilty to federal charges Monday on defrauding Beaufort County, the IRS, and investors of millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, folks. So I remember when that Defusky was like, oh man, that was the cream de la cream. Some friends of mine had, I don't know if they had a cottage over there or something, but I never could get an invite to play over at Melrose. I got a chance to play Bloody Point golf course one time, but that was when the thing was taking a dip down. So it was pretty tore up, but Melrose used to be, like the upper crust, baby. The Thurston Howells used to go there. Not me. Never had a chance. I'm just a blue-collar kid from a blue-collar town. I don't have any, heavy credentials that I flash around. Got a lot of experience doing a lot of different things, that's for sure. Here we go. James Thomas, JT Bramalette, 42 of Salt Lake City, pled guilty to wire fraud and tax fraud in federal court in Charleston, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Charleston. Hey, these guys, these white-collar crime types, they're just like politicians. He's just defrauding. These politicians defraud us of all our money. They tell us all those stories about what they're going to do, and then they run off to Washington. That's the last you hear from them. They hire staffers to send you these Dear John letters when you write them. I know I sent something to Senator Davis, 8 months ago. Said I got something right back, right away. We're on it. We're going to get right back to you. Give us some time to work this thing out. Well, forget it. It's over. I don't expect to ever hear from him again, but that's okay. Listen, that brings our show to a close for Monday, August 30th. 81 degrees in the low country. Going to be a nice day tomorrow. Try to pop out there. 90 is the high, 73 is the low. Falling stars tonight, so check him out. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. Thanks very much to Harry Williams for calling in. It's always interesting to talk to the mayor of Hardyville, which is like Mayberry RFD, but in a big way. It's blowing up there. I mean, and Harry is doing a hell of a job with his folks up there. Remember, he didn't put out an edict, ordinance, a misdemeanor law in effect to fine people that didn't wear a mask. He educated the people. He got them on board. He got the police involved. Everybody was pulling on the same rope at the same time, and most importantly, in the same direction. That's unlike we have today in this country. We have two different divisions of people. Some that just want to save the United States of America, and the other ones that want to tear it down because they think socialism is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, we'll catch you again on Wednesday. Thank you. Be kind to one another out there, and take care. We'll see you again.
As the day sets on another slice of heaven, we hope you've enjoyed the show. We look forward to you joining us again on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.